Hello, my name is Sarah Sockett and I am an independent consultant with Arbonne International. Thank you for joining me and watching this video if you're watching it back. So I'll just take you through a few slides just to demonstrate what the business is all about and how it could be for you. So first of all, welcome. As I say, thank you for joining me. So Arbonne is a modern business. It's really on the crest of a new era of how people are working. We've all got smartphones these days, and literally, if you've got a smartphone or internet, that's essentially all you need to get going. And it can be for everybody. So this could be if you're just looking to do this as a hobby, maybe just build a bit of income so you've got money towards Christmas presents or holiday, that sort of thing. Or it could be because you want to have a life-changing income. So it's a fantastic way of ticking all of those boxes. So Arbonne and its philosophy is all about transforming lives, and that is through pure products that are botanically based but scientifically tested independently and within Arbonne, so that we can give a pure healthy lifestyle and deliver joy to other people. That's really what the foundations of the business are built upon. So the Arbonne story begins about 39 years ago yesterday, actually the 29th of January 1975, and the business was founded by a man called Peter Morg, and he worked for a pharmaceutical company, which is a household name, and he saw lots of different ingredients that were going into products which absolutely horrified him. So he wanted to create products, consumable products that everybody could use, that were safe, posed no potential harm to them or their family, but also delivered benefit to them as well. But he wanted to do that alongside environment and working towards carbon neutral footprint, which we have at Arbonne, but also, the environment's very, very precious to Peter. So that's really at the heart is lots of green and very ethical things. So, for example, we never have tested on animals, and we never will. Completely cruelty-free, and it's fantastic in terms of the ethical side of things. So 39 years ago, Peter was talking about vegan products and gluten-free products, free from GMOs, and at the time, people probably thought he was a little bit mad, but that was quite a visionary stance to take 39 years ago. But obviously, those words and and many others are very commonplace now, and almost a bit of a trend, actually, you might say. So this guy was very much a visionary. So great products that were clean and safe for people, green and ethical, but also he wanted to do that via a fair financial model for people. He came from a very poor background, where he saw that his family was working incredibly hard for someone else, but were very, very poor. So he wanted to make this business very fair for people that put in effort, which is fantastic. So moving on. So we can see here that we have what we call the Arbonne product advantage. So as I referred to earlier, we combine the best of science, nature, and new technology to enable us to have incredible formulas that are built on Swiss heritage, but to European standards. Now, to put that into context, there is, literally between 10 and 20 ingredients that are banned in the United States by the government to be put into products. And in Europe, that is around about 1,200 ingredients that are banned. But Arbonne ban over 2,000 products from their products. Anything that's dangerous or potentially dangerous to our health, it doesn't go into our products, full stop. Or if there's any association to cruelty to animals or to harm to the environment, doesn't go in our products, so incredibly ethical. So we use only the highest quality ingredients that are sourced from around the globe, and they are clinically tested, which means that they're not only tested internally with Arbonne, they're also tested by a complete independent body against common well-known high street brands, and usually we actually come out on top. So that's really, really fantastic. Because considering, you know, a company like Clinique, for example, you know, household name, everybody's heard of Clinique. A lot of people have their products in their own home, but actually Arbonne has the same turnover as Clinique, and certainly in the UK, it will be a household name. So it's a really exciting time to be part of this. So you can see here some of the certifications that we have. So vegan and gluten-free, which are incredibly difficult certifications to get. So yeah, fantastic. So, you know, skincare, for example, is, you know, the sort of quality that you'd associate with things like creme de la mer or La Prairie, but it's absolutely not to their price points. So it's much more affordable for everyday people. So that's really exciting. So I mentioned a couple of buzzwords earlier, and you know, 3 of them are really crucial to Arbonne. In fact, we have the strapline pure, safe and beneficial, because that we absolutely believe that all the products, all the ingredients that go into our products are pure. So they are completely clean, so hence they're tested to make sure that they're clean. We're exceptionally vigilant to make sure that we deliver that. But you know, really important to us is that we deliver on our results. So you know, these products are always beneficial. So you can see here a list of ingredients that we ban, but there are clearly a lot more, because there's over 2,000 of them. Probably the most common one that we talk to people about is a product called mineral oil, which is banned from our products. Now, mineral oil is exceptionally common in health and beauty products, but it's actually a derivative from the petroleum industry. So I was horrified by this when I found this out a year ago, and basically, as part of the process of making fuel for our cars, there's a crude, horrible layer that just sits. It doesn't really do anything. It has no purpose. It can't be filtered through. It's not good enough for our cars. So the petrol industry just don't have anything that they can do with it. So it's exceptionally expensive for them to dispose of that. So it's actually cheaper for them to sell it to the health and beauty industry. So that's quite horrifying, that something that's not good enough to go into a car engine is deemed okay to put into our skincare products, and you know, in lotions that we put on our babies, in our bubble baths that we use on our, you know, for our babies. So it's really quite scary that that's acceptable. But Arbonne believes that is not acceptable. If it's not good enough to go in a car, it should not be good enough to go anywhere near our body. So that's something that is banned. And actually, there's lots of negatives that come with that, because you know, it's also called sort of things like petrolatum or paraffinin, and they create a barrier on the skin. So lots of lip balms, etc., lots of creams that we get prescribed for our babies have this, and it forms a barrier from anything getting into the skin. But it's also forming a barrier from anything getting out of the skin. So your skin just doesn't breathe, it suffocates and causes lots of problems inside. So that's really not great at all. So that's a massive thing that we absolutely do not put into our products. So you can be assured that everything is pure, safe and beneficial for you and your families. So we have a scientific board, as you can see here. I won't go into too much detail, but it means that we can be really assured that the research and development that goes into these products is absolutely top class. You know, we've got people that are consultants within our business, but have also highly qualified in particular fields around women's health, complementary health cares, dermatologists, So we really have people that know what they're talking about at the top of our business, deciding what's correct and not correct to be put in these products. So there are over 500 products in the Arbonne collection, and what's really exciting and how this makes it such a brilliant business model is all of the products are consumable. So everybody has a shower, or they wash their face, or they brush their teeth, or they put makeup on, or they might have a shake. That we all use consumable products every single day. I think the average female in the UK uses 15 consumable products on their body a day. So, what happens is when you run out of shampoo, you order some more. And literally, that is how this business works. So, please don't be scared that there's 500 products in this range, because we wouldn't expect anybody to use all of those. It's just demonstrating that there's appeal for a really wide audience here. So it's a fantastic model in that sense as well. So we have a competitive advantage with our products around skincare in particular. So the RE9 Advanced is our gold standard skincare range. This is our best-selling skincare range, and there's been an awful lot of research that's gone into this to demonstrate that this has got the best ingredients delivering the best results for people, both independently of Arbonne. So that's absolutely fantastic, and like I said earlier, that's put against the leading brands that we all know. We can see here, those gold standard ingredients deliver improved appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, improves hydration, moisturization, and gives the appearance of skin firmness, elasticity, and tone. So that's just an example of one of the fantastic products and the product range that we have that's really a key pillar to what we're doing. So, and we also have a rather exciting tool to support the effectiveness of our skincare. So this is called the Genius Ultra. And it's literally just got a little vibrating head, which just sends tiny little pulses. You pop the skincare onto the end, and it just sends tiny little pulses to deliver that skincare product to the really deep bases of our skin to ensure that we're really getting the maximum benefit of that. So it's a fantastic product, and we have that as it's very special to us to have that, very unique for us to have that. So we also have a healthier alternative of nutrition. Now, I'm particularly passionate about the nutrition range because this has absolutely transformed my life. I do suffer with a chronic health condition, and I thought I'd run out of ideas. However, I then decided that I had nothing to lose and I would just try this nutrition. 45-day money-back guarantee on all the products. So as a consumer, I felt I had nothing to lose, and I'm so glad that I took that chance. So all of these products, just as the same as everything in the full range, is formulated with the latest technology using only premium ingredients and ingredients from whole food sources to really deliver what your body needs to stay in balance every single day. There is a separate presentation around the nutrition because it is just so phenomenal, but it is, this is, another, alongside the RE9, the Arbonne Essential Nutrition range is absolutely the key two areas to our business, and really what's giving us that advantage over similar companies. So Arbonne is in the social marketing industry, and some of you may have heard that before, some of you may not have heard that before. So I hadn't really heard of that before I came on board, but I am very familiar with the traditional retail chain. So that's my current job. I'm part of that chain in my corporate job, and I have been in a career in the traditional retail industry for over 20 years. So I know that there's various different stages that a product has to go through before it reaches the consumer and that point of purchase in store. So obviously you have the manufacturer that makes that product, and then it gets distributed through the wholesaler to the warehouse, the sales force, retailers themselves, And at each of those levels, there's various different costs. So there's labour for each of those. There's things like the rent and the utility bills at each of those. There's the marketing that each arm of those may use. And actually, with some parts of the consumable health and beauty industry, there's a huge amount of money gets spent on advertising and marketing with celebrity endorsements. And there's a lot of scandal in the UK recently where celebrities are seen to be endorsing products on social media platforms, but they've never actually used that product, and they're just being paid to sort of pretend that they do. So that's quite scary, because obviously these people are very influential, and actually the money that they're being paid to do that is actually making the product you're purchasing more expensive than it needs to be, because at each point throughout this chain, everybody has to make their piece of margin. So by the time it gets to the consumer, potentially the margin that's been applied would make that almost unaffordable. So what happens is the products get filled with fillers. So up to 80% of a lotion that you might buy, for example, is actually a filler. So it's doing nothing whatsoever for you. It is purely extending the shelf life of that product. Now, to me, that's quite scary, because I might be spending 20 or 30 pounds on a face cream, assuming that 20 or 30 pounds worth is doing something for my skin, and actually probably less than £5 is actually doing anything. So that's quite scary, because actually if I walked into a shop and saw something at £5, I'd probably question how good it was, and maybe we don't do that with something that's 20 or 30 pounds on a retail shop floor. So social marketing cuts out all of those middlemen and all of those margin opportunities that those middlemen have. So product is manufactured by Arbonne. The Arbonne independent consultant shares those products with people based on their actual experience of those products, and then a consumer may choose to buy that, and it gets delivered direct to the door. That's it. We don't pay for marketing. We don't pay for any celebrity endorsements or press coverage. So if ever you see celebrities that are talking about our products, or they have pictures on Instagram where they're using our products, it's because they genuinely are. They're not receiving any money whatsoever from Arbonne for that recommendation and promotion of that product. They don't have to pay a separate warehouse. It's literally Arbonne to the consumer, buying someone like me, talking about it, and that's it. So, which is fantastic, really, because you then know that you're getting a quality product where 100% of what's in that bottle or jar or sachet is good for you, and it's not there to do anything to do with just extending shelf lives. It's all completely beneficial for you. But actually that means that all of that money that's effectively saved in these margins that get applied through these different sort of stages of the traditional retail arm, actually that's where you can earn your money, because there's that money in the kitty for you to be able to earn. So as I said before, you can do that just as a really small time, just a little bit of extra money alongside your current job, maybe to pay off some small debts or save up for some Christmas presents or a nice holiday. Or it might be that actually you've got a massive dream and you want to deliver that, and you need to earn life-changing income. Whichever way you want to do it, there is a way to do this, and you can totally work it around your schedule. So I have a corporate day job, which I really, really enjoy, and I've got a family at home. So I've got a daughter who's 2 years old, and obviously they both keep me very, very busy. However, I love these products. They've been amazing for me, and I want to talk to people about it. So I would be foolish not to be an independent consultant that can earn commissions and potentially have life-changing income in doing so. So it's really fantastic. So why Arbonne and why now? So I did sort of allude to this earlier, but social marketing is absolutely booming. So most people have smartphones, most people have access to the internet, and we're always posting different things that we're doing. We're always talking to people about, have you seen this film, or have you been to that restaurant? Does anybody, people will post on Facebook, anybody know a really nice Italian restaurant in the Gravesend area, for example, and then somebody will say, oh yeah, I can recommend Molly's place. So you go along to Molly's place, and they get an extra person or two coming along to their restaurant. So their turnover is improved by your recommendation, but you did not get any sort of commission or way of thank you from that restaurant. Exactly the same with cinema chains, etc., etc. You don't get anything for that. So this is, that's all you're doing, is you're recommending to people, and you're being paid a commission to do that. So it's, we know that socially people are, concerned about pensions. They're wanting to spend less time working, and that's, young and old. People are working way past their retirement ages now, and things have really changed, and thinking about that sort of pension, and and lots of different risks that are going on socioeconomically. People want that security, which maybe they haven't got. So this is really incredible, because it enables you, with a very low risk and very low startup. It's only £30 to start up your Arbonne business. That is just nothing, is it? We would spend that on a takeaway potentially on a Saturday. So £30 is something that could potentially change your life if you're prepared to put the work in and be coachable. That's a no-brainer for me. If it means that I don't have to work till the age of 75, for example, and I get to be present for my family, then that £30 is more than worth it. So, and if we think, people might start looking at buying franchises, they cost thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, and you have to work really, really hard, and you don't know if it's going to work anyway. So that's a really high risk, really high investment, and a huge amount of sacrifice for you, when you don't know that risk is going to realise any sort of cost benefit for you. So so this is what I really love about Arbonne, because it is low risk, low startup cost, but the sky is the limit in terms of what you can earn and how it could potentially change your life. So it's, there's no boundaries. Some franchises, they won't open another, I don't know, let's say there's a famous sandwich bar. If you decided you wanted to franchise that famous sandwich bar, if there was another one, within, I don't know, half a mile, you couldn't open one. And maybe that wouldn't be fair, because you might run a better sandwich bar than the next person that's got that half a mile away. This is not, it's not bound by any geography whatsoever. So that's really fantastic, because it gives everybody equal opportunity to make the best of it that they can. And obviously, we talked about before, people are becoming so much more conscious about what they're consuming, what they're putting on their skin, what's in their products, what's safe. So the fact that we are leading the way, and have been for 39 years now, in terms of having these safe and pure products, is so reassuring, because it means that we've got all of that experience, and we really know what we're doing. We're not just kind of learning and finding our way. We know, because we've been doing it for such a long time. So as I said earlier, we've got the evergreen commitment as well, and again, people are very concerned about effect on the environment and things like that. So yeah, it's fantastic to be part of a business that has, since its infancy, has been really passionate about that too. So it really is a business in a box. It's got everything that you need to succeed. So if you spend your £30 on signing up as a consultant, you get your website. It's all designed for you. You get your consultant code, you get your discounts, and within the website where your customers can shop, you've also got your office space, where there's so many different tools that are prepared for you already that you can use. A lot of the thinking is taken out of it. It's literally just a case of talking to people. You don't need to walk around with order pads or anything like that, catalogues. You don't need to take in orders to your house and then deliver them out to customers. It's delivered directly to them. So you might, I don't know, if, say for example, you might recommend to someone the RE9 skincare. Click, 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 they go onto your website, they order that product, it gets delivered to them. You didn't have to do any more than talk about that product and how you feel it will be beneficial, and hopefully what it did for you, because that's really, really important. If you are talking about those products, it's really important that you've had that first-hand experience, A, because it makes you more passionate, but B, just gives you that authenticity. So social marketing is the business model of the future. It's certainly becoming the business model of now, actually. You know, we know that so many brands are using social media to improve the awareness of their brand and to build relationships with people. You know, there's a lot of you know, Twitter is a hive for people complaining to white good companies, for example. You know, it's all the different platforms are there, and you know, you build connections with people that that maybe you didn't know, we had a loose connection with, and you build those connections. So it's really quite fantastic that, you know, there's no boundaries to how many people that we can know or get to know within our network. It's incredible that the leverage that this new sort of era of social media is giving to us really is something else. Yeah, so like I said before, you've got the most amazing website, which is really easy for your customers to navigate. Digital toolkit for you to use and you know, download, you know, make creative documents if you wanted to. There's all kinds of information around products, ingredients, ingredient policies. I mean, the list is endless. If anything that you wanted to know about any of our products or any aspect of our business, we can find it. It's already there. It's built into this huge library of information. It's just phenomenal. And I've worked for some companies that have incredible training and incredible resources. And this is at our fingertips 24 hours a day. It's just amazing. And actually they've released 2 apps last year, one for shopping, so for customers to use, and also us as consultants. And then there was also the office app, so you can track your progress and have a look at key documentations. But the shopping app is fantastic because then just while you're out and about, or you're sitting on the train, you can just hop on, you can place your order, see what promotions might be on, and you know, and yeah, really, really simple, really, really simple, but amazing. Very, very quick, very easy, very slick. So how does it all work? So literally, you know, if you're buying, for example, a shampoo from somewhere else, you would stop buying that product from somewhere else and you'd buy it from your own online shop. So you're buying a better product, first of all, that's not full of fillers. It's gonna be more benefit. It will last you longer, actually, because it's not full of those fillers. You won't need as much. I mean, I literally use less than half of a 5p piece of creams and serums, etc., on my face every day, and previously, I mean, it was sort of 50p, possibly more. So you know, I've got a cleansing cream which I bought in February 2018, and it's just about giving up the ghost. So that's almost 12 months that's lasted. I cannot say that I ever bought a cleanser that lasted for best part of a year at all. I probably bought 3, 5, 4, maybe even 6, depending on what brand I was buying. So yeah, amazing in terms of the, you know, the longevity of the product. So yeah, so you're not paying anybody's overheads, you're not getting a watered down product, and that also means then you're able to start feeling the benefits of those products. So by switching your shampoo, you'll know that it lasts longer, and you'll know how different your hair feels, etc., etc. And then, you know, literally you just share your experience with other people, with, you know, so that they would potentially be either customers or entrepreneurs like you. And you know, and that's great because we know then people are buying better products, they're better for them, they last longer. So, you know, we're helping the people to transform their lives into much healthier, safer ones, from a health, beauty and wellness perspective. But you get paid in the process for whenever people purchase Arbonne products because of your recommendation. And that's the simple part of it. And then literally you can then share with other people how to do the same, how to get other people to buy healthier, safer, more beneficial products, how to order online, and how to have products delivered to your door. So really, really simple. Stop, start, share. That's the 3 steps to this business. Really, really simple. And it's down to you. We have so many different types of people in our business: young, old, black, white, probably someone's green, maybe not green, that's a bad example. But, you know, people from all walks of life. We've got students, we've got GPs, we've got lawyers, we've got dancers, we've got accountants, literally so many people from across the board. And everybody has one thing that's really similar. They all believe in these products, and they believe in sharing with other people to transform their health and wellness with these products. You know, and all those people have different scales of dreams, you know, and some of the people I can see on the screen now, I know have had complete rags to riches stories. So if you're prepared to put your foot to the floor and, you know, follow the process that so many other people have done before you, anybody can be successful. And what I really love about this business, when I compare it to other work that I do and have done in the past, is, you know, you come in at a lower level, and so you learn your trade, you know, and so the person above you, there's someone above you, and there's someone above them, and so on and so on and so on. And how many times have you felt that you maybe do all the work, but you get paid less than anybody else, or less than most people? And life's unfair, yada yada yada. And actually, you know, and for you to get on to the next level, you have to wait for someone to leave or be promoted, and that just continues and continues and continues. Regardless of how good you are and how much you're delivering for whatever team or business it is that you're working in. Within Arbonne, that's completely different. Everybody comes in at the same stage. If you work hard and you grow your business, there is no reason why you can't sort of overtake and leapfrog the person that brought you into this business. There's no reason why that can't happen whatsoever. And you could leapfrog the person that's above them, and so on and so on. So I love that, because it makes it completely fair. And, you know, anybody that's, you know, at the top of the tree in terms of earning at the moment doesn't mean that you can't beat their earnings, and have a bigger team or a bigger customer base than them. It's completely fair, such a fair playing field. I love that about Arbonne. Amazing. And another thing which I really love is the way that you can have what we call passive income. And this for me was just so enlightening. I'd never even thought about this before. But the fact that Arbonne trades in 6 different countries, so we've got UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, Poland and Canada. So all across the world. Whilst I'm asleep at home in the UK, I've recommended to my network in the United States the RE9 skincare, for example. I'm asleep. I wake up, someone's placed an order. That may have taken me 5 minutes work talking to them about that product or sharing social media posts, but they've placed an order in my online shop, and then when that product runs out, they will order some more. So effectively, I've put that work in once, but I will be paid over and over and over again each time that person reorders. And actually, because then the products are so amazing, the clients that I've got across the globe, they then want to look at other items that they could order from Arbonne. So maybe they started with the RE9 skincare, they then want to look at the nutrition range. They may have somebody in their family that has a small family and they want to look at safer skincare, or they may have some skin conditions which some of the ranges can help with. I love that, because I can be asleep but I'm earning money. Amazing. Totally blew my mind, this. And again, social media can massively help with that. You pop a post onto Facebook just before you go to sleep, for example. You wake up, boom, there's commission in the kitty. Fantastic. So there are 4 ways that you can earn with Arbonne. So you get commissions from all of the products that people order from your online shop. That's simple, and and that's lovely, that you can have that income coming in, and that might be enough. You might be very happy that you can get that little bit of residual income alongside your existing day job. If then you have a team who is also selling products via this recommendation, you can then earn commissions from their sales as well. Now, I know this is different to a few other companies, but with Arbonne, anybody that I've got in my team, so for example, there's a lady in my team, if she sold something to her friend, she might sell a nutrition pack, no commission is taken away from her and given to me. It's effectively a gift from Arbonne that I've shown my team member what to do. I've invested that time with her, and I've trained her, and I've showed her what to do so she can do it. That's all going back to a few slides ago with the stop, start, share. I've shared how to do it with somebody else, and I continue to share. We have weekly trainings to ensure that we're optimizing that, and I can get some commissions from her, which we refer to as overrides. When you reach the 3rd out of the 4 levels of management with Arbonne, you do get a Mercedes-Benz, and you get an even nicer one when you reach the 4th and highest level. And every single month there's cash bonuses to be earned. It's every single month. Just for doing your job and recommending products to people, it's phenomenal. And that's before you even start talking about incentives for trips, spa days, gifts. It's just, I've never felt so valued and so rewarded as I do in Arbonne, and I'm really very early into my journey. So to say that, when I've worked with other companies for many years, to feel as valued as I do in such a short space of time is amazing. So, like I say, there's 4 levels within Arbonne, and you can see here the average time to get to each of those positions and what the average monthly income is. So the first stage is district manager, but the second stage, I love this because I don't know of any other business that does this. When you get to the area manager stage, the 2nd level of management in Arbonne, your business becomes willable. I love this because if the worst was to happen tomorrow and I was to be run down by a bus, I know any income that's coming in through my Arbonne business will go to my daughter. But I don't know anybody else that does that. If you know that there is, then please tell me, but I've never heard of anybody else that has a willable business and willable income that goes to your next of kin if the worst should happen to you. That is amazing. Wonderful to have, obviously, the cars and the extra income as you grow in your teams and your client base and the 3rd and 4th level. But this willable business for me, being a relatively new mom, that was a game changer for me. Just amazing. So there's 3 ways that you can get involved with Arbonne. So you could become an independent consultant, which is what I am. So you have your own online business with a £30 startup, and you can buy the products with up to 50% discount. So really rich discounts. And obviously we've looked at the really competitive compensation plan, the personal growth and development that comes with this. Oh my God, I can't tell you how amazing the training and personal development is that I've experienced. It's just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. A year ago, I didn't feel like I had a lot of confidence. I was frightened of doing a lot of things. I would never in a million years have done a video call like this. Never, ever. But the people that I'm working with every single day just have an energy for everybody else, and everybody wants everyone to do really well. We've all got each other's backs. We all share ideas. We lift each other up when we're not feeling like we're having a great day. The energy and enthusiasm to help the other business partners and consumers is just amazing. And the confidence that that has instilled in me is invaluable, if nothing else. Absolutely phenomenal. Or you could join as a client or preferred client. So you then, get to enjoy discounts as a preferred client, and you get to enjoy free shipping as well. Or you could join as a host. So a host is basically, you might say, actually, do you know what, Sarah, I really love the sound of your products, but I've got a lot of friends actually, which I think this would be potentially right for, and I'd really love for you to come and talk about your products with my friends. So you can host that event. So we can do it via a video call, or we can do it via a face-to-face party if we can fit that into the diary, and obviously depending on location of the country. And then you get to earn a gift for being a host of that event. So 3 really, really simple ways for you to get involved and support me and understand more about the products and the business. So, here are some of the common fears. And I can tell you now, most of these I had, because, like I say, last year, didn't have a lot of confidence, felt really I didn't know which way I was turning, was in a bit of a rut, was thinking, oh, is this my life now? Is this it? I'm just stuck on a hamster wheel. I'm at work for somebody else. I'm at home for somebody else. What about me? How am I going to fit it all in? It was just, and these are really, really common things. But actually, if you can find 5 to 10 hours a week and you've got a mobile phone, you can do this. £30 is your startup cost. Obviously, if you want to buy some products from your own online shop, to give you that integrity when you're talking to people and to really experience those products firsthand, amazing, and all the better for you, and you're much more likely to have a successful business. And because of the power of social media, we might know 5 people today, but in a week's time, we might be able to know 50. So the limits of people that we can get to know is absolutely boundaryless. Very, very simple business model. And if for any reason you don't understand the business model, then please let me know, because I'm more than happy to pick up and talk about it again. You don't have to be a salesperson. We've got nursery nurses, we've got lawyers, never sold anything in their lives. This is just you telling people that I've tried this product, this is what it did for me. And then if you want to buy it, it's up to them. So that's it really. If I was just going to leave you with one final thing, it's to think about where you'll be in 5 years' time. And if you're happy doing the same thing that you're doing today, and you're happy to have the life that you've got in 5 years' time, then that's fine, all great to you. But actually, if you've got dreams and you're not sure how they're gonna happen, and this could be your opportunity to make that change and just see if it works. And a lot of people sit there and think, oh, what if it doesn't work? But what if it does? What if it does? This could be the start of your new future. So I really hope that you found this beneficial. If you do have any questions, then please feel free to come back to me, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. So thank you very much for watching again, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.